Micah not present at the second week of OTAs. Something or nothing at all?
It's something. Something idiotic by surprise, the Cowboys.
Okay.
What are you doing? We all know you're going to pay Micah Parsons. You can't let Micah Parsons walk. All right? So you are just stringing this thing along like you did Dak, like you did CD, like you did Zeke. And what's going to happen is you're going to have to pay him more money. And because he's skipping OTAs, however valuable you think that is, the second week, might end up skipping some, maybe a hold in during training camp.
Definitely.
So he's less ready for the game when the games do start, even if you sign him an hour before it's, the kickoff. And so you are hurting your team. So for all this talk, and this isn't a shot at the new head coach, but all this talk from Brian Schottenheimer about changing the culture, guess what you couldn't change? Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
So you can't change the culture as the coach. It is from Jerry Jones, and that's what this mess is. And so it's just more idiocy from the Cowboys.
Yeah, and everybody saw this train coming down the tracks. This was Dusty, pull up my quote from when Jerry was flirting with Deion Sanders. Next train's coming down the tracks is going to be the we love Micah Parsons, but I don't know, $35 million for a defensive player. He'll cede the ground that they're trading Micah, which is what he did last week when he was like he's under contract. That'll lead the show one day in May. Sorry, missed it by a couple days. It's June, it's not leading the show. We knew that we all knew this was coming. And of course, I don't blame Micah for not being there. Right. I don't blame any player aside, honestly, from quarterback, because that's kind of a management position almost that skips OTAs. But certainly a player that is awaiting a life-changing contract that he has earned and deserved. I was shocked he was there last week.
That was a good show on his part.
Right. I thought that was a good faith move.
Yep.
New head coach. I'm one of the leaders of the team. Also, didn't they move my locker around? I want to make sure all my stuff's still there. Check out the new ping pong table, all that. But this is the hold in during training camp is coming. This is not going to get done. Jerry's history tells us this is not going to get done by the beginning of August. And by Micah, I mean any great player's history tells us, well, then he's not going to be a full participant in training camp. Right. Which I would advise against him if you were my client. Like, no, you can't risk some bad injury and then $40 million a year is off the board. Like, no. So,
yeah, I'll toss and turn about this a little bit, but at the heart of it, I don't blame Micah. Like, I think this is a Cowboys situation more than this. Kind of like what they were saying, like, the Cowboys create this environment. If this was like the 49ers, if this was, sorry, Cowboys fans, the Eagles, the Chiefs, like, if this was a little bit different, then I would be like, Micah, what are you doing? Like, especially like if everyone's negotiating and having conversations in good faith and Micah's just trying to play hardball or whatever it is. And I'm like, okay, what are you doing? But like, that's not the sense I get. I think in a perfect world, if I was Micah, and I was telling Micah, like, hey, man, like, this is what I think you should do, I would say, yeah, just show up and just don't do much. Just be like, I be like, listen, I'm a leader of this team. I want to be the leader of this team. I want to win Super Bowls. I want to retire. I want to do everything in Dallas. I want to live and breathe Dallas. I'm here, but you got to give me money, man. Like, I'm not going to risk doing anything until I got my money. Like, come on, that's the way this works. And Jerry, don't pretend like you're going to start working to try to, and unless someone's paying you your billions, you're not doing the work either. So like, we can stop with this nonsense. But I'm still here. Like, it's like, I'm not going to completely take my football and go home, but it's like, I'm here and I'm going to continue to be the leader, talk to the players, get to know the new players, right? Start to build the rapport with some new coaches, like do all that stuff. But like, give me my money, man. Give me my money. And that's always kind of my mentality, my approach is like, show them why you're worth the money rather than disappearing and being like, well, try to now understand my worth with me out, with me not there. But I also recognize that this is just part of the game. Like, it is. Like, so that's why I'm not blaming Micah necessarily, because it's just like, this is this is just part of the game. This is one of the moves that a football player does have. But I don't think it's all or nothing, because I criticized Ayuk for kind of playing these games with the 49ers, and it was kind of like, what are you doing? You were just in the Super Bowl. They're trying to offer you, they're offering you a lot of money. Like, you know, you benefit from being in San Francisco compared to Pittsburgh or something. Like, so what, you know, what are you doing? Micah does not have that with Dallas. So I understand it more so, quite frankly. But again, this is the culture of the Cowboys, of just not, like, these are some of those deals that should have just been taken care of already. Like, it should just be done. Like, what is the purpose of this? And I, you know, Nick's saying, I don't think it's going to get done at this time. He also said that he didn't think that Dak Prescott deal was going to get done. He thought that he was not going to have a deal going into last season, and it was. So who knows when this actually gets done? But I also think, right, like all of the OTAs, like, I'll be totally honest. For years, when I was just not making videos and, you know, and just was casually watching any of these shows, like OTAs meant essentially like nothing to me. I mean, like, because it's like, what does it mean? What does any of this stuff mean? It's nonsense. But the more and more I watch these shows, the more and more I get locked in on them, it just really does feel, and I don't think that this is actually true, but like in a lot of ways, like, because they do matter for the players to a degree, right? You're kind of just smoothly transitioning from the offseason into the regular, you know, into like actual real practices now, like the real offseason. You know, and you need this kind of transition. Like it makes sense. You ease into it all, especially like you got to get your body kind of back in order of things. You can't just not be playing, have your body shut down, and then just be like, oh, let's get into it. Like, so OTAs and stuff like this, like, they all do serve a purpose. They really do. But like these types of stories and this type of drama within OTAs, I think it's just like, it's just for something for us to consume. I mean, seriously. They're just like movie trailers. It's just for us to start talking about them. Oh, Micah's not there. Oh, Shador Sanders 7 for 9, completions. It's like, okay, like it's just there, because without it, then what are we talking about? Do the Dallas Cowboys have a chance to win the division this year? It's like, I guess. Well, can the Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl this year? I mean, probably not. But like OTAs, like, it's at least it's like something current. It's something that's happening right now that we can say, ooh, what's going on here? And I don't even necessarily hate it, because I could only have the same conversation so many times. But like, I am looking at this and I'm like, you know, this is a rerun. This is like an episode of The Office that I've seen 25 times. It's like, I know exactly what's going to happen here. Oh, a player doesn't show up for OTAs who wants a contract, and you know, we all talk about, does it matter? Well, I don't know. Does it matter? Well, the player needs to show up. No, the player needs to get his money. Like, this is what we do every single year. So it's like, it's harder for me to like really be like, oh man, Micah's upset. Micah wants out. Oh yeah, dude, he's going to force himself out. Like, he's not playing for Dallas now. Or like, oh, Jerry Jones not going to pay him. Like, it's just like hard to act. It's like watching a movie and you know the hero is going to live. You know the hero is going to escape the explosion right before it. Like, we've seen this so many times. So to like try to talk about it and act like there's serious gravity to it. That's why, if anything, I like to kind of discuss the philosophy of it, of like, you know, what should a player actually do? You know, that's why I like to often look at it. It's like, if I was counseling Micah, this is what I would say. Or like, I like to look at it from a more just pulled back version of it, because like trying to actually discuss the gravity of it, I really think that's just kind of meaningless. It's trying to be like, who would win in a fight, you know, Wolverine or Iron Man? And it's like, I don't know, man. I guess who's ever writing the script, that's, you know, ask him. Whoever's writing the script, then we'll know who's more likely to win. But it's just like, you know, whatever. It's more interesting to be like, well, in real life, if you were Wolverine or Iron Man, then who would win? It's like, all right, it kind of gets a little bit more interesting, because then you can kind of think about the practicality of it. I know it's a weird example, but that's how I have to make sense of these types of stories in OTAs, because I just can't strap in and be like, oh man, Shador 7 for 9, Micah, oh no, Stephon Diggs wasn't at OTAs. And oh, what about this? Oh, Patrick Mahomes threw a dime in practice on Tuesday. It's like, oh, whoa. Like it's just nothing. I mean, it really is. It's just by definition, it's nothing. But those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about Micah skipping the second week of OTAs? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Either way, let's get in some discussions. Let's get in some fights. But ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to. Something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.